I focus on the Muslim community. We have somebody else who also does Arab American engagement, and sometimes we overlap, sometimes we don't. Sometimes he's doing stuff, sometimes I'm doing stuff. So my focus is predominantly on Muslim Americans, while the campaign does have an Arab American engagement lead as well.
First, very quickly, who's the Arab American engagement person, Farouk?
There's a guy on the campaign who leads all ethnic engagement for us. His name is Elvir Klempic. He's actually Bosnian American from Iowa, but he leads right now for us Arab and other ethnic engagements as well.
So he's not Arab.
He's not Arab, no.
Okay. Look, I have to, I have to say, I am. Thank you, Yusuf, for taking the initiative, and for people who took their time out tonight. Thanks for coming on this call. Look, a couple weeks ago, Democratic Majority for Israel had a meeting with the Biden campaign, and in fact, they got a speech from Tony Blinken, who is the chief foreign policy advisor for the Biden campaign. Pretty high-ranking guy. He is a former Deputy Secretary of State, former Deputy National Security Advisor. And with all my respect to the work that everyone does, including Farouk, a call at this level to talk about Palestine, to talk about substantive policy things, is frankly a little insulting. We're as worthy as any other community to meet with top foreign policy advisors, to meet with the candidate himself. There's really nothing to be gained by having any sort of substantive policy conversation. I would recommend to the campaign, at least not here, I'd recommend to the campaign, given Biden's terrible anti-Palestinian stances on and history with us, that we are invited, leaders of the community, leaders of different organizations. I see Osama here, who we all respect, but the only leader of an organization who was invited. We have tons of Palestinian American organizations who have presidents and CEOs. None of them are here. I mean, I'm one and Osama's one, but there's so many, and people know who they are. They're not hard to find. And so I don't think anything can be achieved by this. I would recommend, frankly, I'm going to leave this call. I would recommend other people leave too, and maybe we can have a meeting like the Democratic Majority for Israel did, but we shouldn't settle for crumbs. And I would encourage people to leave this call pretty quickly and not have a substantial policy conversation on this call. Thanks.
I do want to just apologize. It was me who initially started this.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
It was just my personal.
It's not your fault. This is the structure of the way things are set up to make us be treated like second-class people in all of these campaigns. And frankly, I'm not with it anymore. And neither is our community. If anyone knew anything about our community, a meeting like this to talk about Palestine with all my respect to Farouk, with a Muslim engagement department of a campaign, when Palestine is not, more than half of the Palestinians who live in America are Christian. And we Palestinians, even AMP, well, I won't speak for them, but we Palestinians view Palestine as a human rights and civil rights and political rights issue.
Look,
so that's about
it. With all due respect, man, for anybody who doesn't want to be on the call, you don't have to be on the call, man.
Well, I'll be leaving the call, but this call should not be happening, frankly. And if anyone else wants to say anything, it should be with Tony Blinken.
I have no problem kicking you out of the call. So either you stay and respect what Yusuf has put together, or you leave.
Okay.
Farouk.
Go ahead, Osama.
Farouk, you invited us also for another call on the day of Eid with Mrs. Biden.
Yes.
And she wasn't on camera. She did not take any question. That's not.